It's time for Portland Wrestling 2000s. Now, here he is, your number one host, Frank Culbertson.
Hey wrestling fans, thanks for joining me here on Portland Wrestling 2000s. It is the second episode of Dr. Luther of AEW. And tonight we're going to show him in a hair match against Skag Rollins and Ladies' Choice. And we're going to show you a 2 out of 3 falls against Skag Rollins in a Pandora box match. That's a bloody affair. You're not going to want to miss a moment of the action. As we get to the hair match, one of the things we always stressed in Portland Wrestling was that if there was a stipulation, it was going to come true. And tonight, someone is getting shaved bald.
And tonight, Portland Wrestling brought to you by CNW 14 and Tom Peterson, Glorious 2. And you see what Dr. Luther has, scissors. Tonight, the hair match. Dr. Luther, Skag Rollins, and Ladies' Choice. One man will be shaved bald, Dr. Luther.
Or 2 men will be shaved bald. And if you keep it up, I might shave that little caterpillar off too, Fred. Tonight, 3 men get in that ring. And all the people at home and all the people that came to see it live get to see the big fat man leave bald and the skinny little big mouth man leave bald. And once again, Dr. Luther and the AOD walk out as champions with a fine set of hair, baby!
Well, we'll be back to Doc in just a minute, but Dante, August 13th, Kaiser, ladder match with you and Bonsai Bruce.
Bruce, you take my title and you think you can get away with it?
No!
See, Bruce, this is the way it's gonna go. I'm gonna jump off the ladder, I'm gonna throw you on the ladder, I'm gonna get my title back, and then I'm gonna bring your bruised and battered body back to your mother. August 13th, I get my title back!
You don't want to miss that show, fans. If you haven't got tickets, get them at Kaiser Stadium or at All Tickets West. Dr. Luther, though, you have a big cage match, an opponent still to be determined.
I have a big cage match, and you know what? Raven ain't tough enough. You ain't tough enough. No one in Portland's tough enough. There has to be someone out there that wants to come to Kaiser Stadium and get their ass handed to them at the hands of Dr. Luther, the Portland Wrestling heavyweight champion. Because you know what? When I'm in that stadium, August 13th, I'm going to do what the Kaiser Volcanoes do, and that's hit a grand slam, and then after I might go to Denny's and A1-2.
Fans, that's Dr. Luther right now. Full head of hair. Will it be there later tonight? We'll have to see.
The question is, will yours, Frankenberry?
Portland Wrestling fans, I'm Derek from the Buckhead Show at Z100. I'm here with the Knights of Ecstasy. We've already heard from Luther. What do you think about the hair versus hair match, LC?
I'm holding my sides in right now after listening to Luther. Luther, you're working out? On what? Hamburgers and French fries? Brother, you ought to be an accountant. Your waistline is a surplus and your hairline's in recession. You got wavy hair, Daddy. It's waving goodbye. It's countdown to comb over for you, Jack. And it's time to lay down and let the LC take a little trim off the top, maybe a little bit off the sides, Daddy. You're gonna cut my hair? Quite contraire, mon frere. Don't you even go there.
Wrestling fans, we are here with Team Hell and Grappler. Big match coming up tonight.
You know something, Frank Culbertson? Everybody's been talking about the big show in Kaiser, the big extravaganza. That stupid-looking Jimmy Snook is going to be there. You know, he's so ugly you could take his face and mash his face in cookie dough and make gorilla cookies. That's how ugly that boy is. Well, he's going to be there, and I'm going to be there, brother. We're going to see who's the winner of that match. And I heard another big star, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
That's right.
Yeah, I heard now he's going to stick his nose in the Kaiser show, stick his nose in Team Hell and Skag Rollins' business. He's got to show up and make his debut. He couldn't stand it, Daddy, right down the street from his house, so he's got to be there. Well, I'll tell you something, Piper. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing your mouth on TV all over the country telling everybody how great you are. You know something, Hall of Famer? You should have took your plaque and you should have stayed home. You better not show up at Kaiser. But you know what, man? Tonight, this is the deal, Skag. Here's tonight, brother. You know what? Somebody's going to lose their hair. And I got one thing to say LC. LC, you know, some people, they get their blonde hair from their mama's side, and some people get it from their daddy's side. Well, you got yours from peroxide, and if Skag gets his hands on him, brother, he's going to shave it off. And you know what? It could be him, or it could be Dr. Luther.
You know, it could be Dr. Luther, and the only person you'd have to blame, Luther, is yourself. Because, you see, this was between me and the lady's choice. I decided a while back it was time to take the image, the long golden mane, because that's all he has. The lady's choice, I was going to take every hair off your head, make you look like this guy right here. But then Dr. Luther can't, just like Piper. Dr. Luther, just like Piper, can't stay away, can't let his ego won't let him stay out of my business. You see, you're the Pacific Northwest champion, Luther, but like I said, we got into his head a long time ago, and now you're chasing me. But you think that I'm going to lose this hair tonight on Portland Wrestling? You're dead wrong. Ladies' choice. And you know what? Absolutely. And you know what? The way I see it, 2 for 1 tonight, you and I can each shave a head.
That's right, brother. I couldn't wait to get my hands on Dr. Luther or LC. You imagine taking a Frank and shaving them, let them leave their bald-headed buddy with a skull cap head, walking around, everybody laughing at them and making fun of them because they got up here on TV and they bragged and they talked and they said all this garbage that they're going to do to Skag Rollins, they're going to do to everybody. And you know what? One of them's going to be embarrassed. One of them's going to be eating crow jack because they're going to go home bald-headed.
And you know what, Frank? If we can find the clippers, maybe we could start practicing right now.
Yeah, get it off the side here for you, brother.
Fans, that's Team Hell and the hair match coming up next here on Portland Wrestling right after this.
Could take a little off the top, but Father Time's already beat us to that.
Introducing first at 240 pounds from Team Hell, Skag Rollins. And at 221 3/4 pounds from the Knights of Ecstasy, Ladies' Choice. And at 260 pounds from the AOD, Dr. Luther.
Wrestling fans, welcome back Portland Wrestling this August 6th. 1 week away from the big Cleaver Armory, the Kaiser Volcano big show. But right now, Portland Wrestling is exploding with a hair match. Ladies' Choice out here showing us the beautiful lock, saying nothing's going to happen to him. He looks awful dapper tonight. Great outfit. Beautiful robe. That costs a lot of money.
Ladies' Choice always looks good. You know what I'm saying, Frank? Ladies' Choice is the toast of the coast.
Absolutely. In the ring, Skag Rollins of Team Hell, the grappler at ringside, of course, being the manager, and Dr. Luther in the ring with the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship and the belt.
Maybe your ring digger, bigger guy, Mike here, maybe he needs a haircut too.
Grappler thinking the ring man, the ring bell guy, Mike needs a haircut. Right here, right in my hands,
And Frank, you notice how close
scissors.
the grapplers stay into the clippers and the scissors? I mean, he's 2-3 feet away all the time from them. He's ready to go here.
Dr. Luther in the ring, leading the fans, Skag Rollins. Look, he is getting a massage from one of the Portland Wrestling fans. Ladies' Choice out here at the other side of the ring. Doesn't look like any of these people want to get inside the ring, get their heads.
Well, you know, the hair's at stake tonight. That means a lot to a lot of people. Frankly, myself, I wouldn't care too much, but because nature's done it on its own. But these three guys all, have pride in their hair, and
that man has a lot of pride in his hair.
I know he's very stressed right now. I can tell you, LC hasn't slept for a couple weeks since he found out about this hair match, and Skag Rollins isn't too happy about it either. And Dr. Luther, he said he'd rather have a scalp match. He'd rather take their whole scalp off than just their hair. But that's the kind of guy Dr. Luther is.
Moondog Moretti here on commentary. The OWO still, I understand, boycott about to be lifted.
That's right. The OWO's just about had its demands met. Here's Skag Rollins.
What the hell kind of match do we got going on here? I don't want any kind of hair match. I'm not losing my hair. There's not a chance.
Both of them shaved, Skag.
Skag Rollins, Frank, said he's not losing his hair.
Yeah, Skag Rollins.
End of story.
But look at the Ladies' Choice. As we talked about, a dapper dresser, and I do know, I've seen where he goes to these spas for his haircuts and for his massages.
He dresses like this, Frank. I mean, this is the Ladies' Choice. This is a so-called quote-unquote shoot, brother.
Absolutely.
That's a Ladies' Choice. That's the way he rolls. You know what I'm saying?
Right here in my hands, fans, you can hear the clippers whatever man gets pinned in the ring tonight will get shaved bald. This isn't one of those matches where somebody's going to get shaved, somebody's not going to get shaved. Somebody goes bald.
Oh, yeah,
tonight.
somebody tonight at the end of this match will be bald. Point blank, for sure. Portland Wrestling doesn't make stipulations it doesn't stick to. Someone's going to be bald, ladies and gentlemen. Someone more than Moondog Moretti.
Fans, you need to get down. Cleveland National Guard Army for all the TV tapings. You need to get to the Volcano Stadium August 13th.
I am not getting in that ring until he gets that mallet out of his hand.
Skag Rollins has a valid point there.
Well, you can't blame him. Dr. Luther's got that big mallet. I've been hit by that thing and put out for a month from one of the blows from one of those things. So Skag Rollins has a point there.
Fans are abuzz here at Cleveland National Guard Armory. You see Grappler and Skag still conferring, but we mentioned August 13th. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, you've got the Grappler. You've got Dr. Luther in a cage. You've got Moondog Moretti versus Caden Matthews. You've got Team Hell versus the Cartel in a falls count. Anywhere in the stadium match, you've got Skag versus Doink. It doesn't get any better than that.
Portland Wrestling is exploding, like you said, Frank. You quoted it right. I have to ask you a question, though, Frank. Is your name Ted or is it Frank? I can't get that straight. Nobody will answer me. Is it Ted or Frank or
it would
Jim?
be Frank. And right now, Dr. Luther, who doesn't know my name from time to time, has got the mallet, and he is just going to work on Skag Rollins. We know what Skag Rollins did to Dr. Luther in the strap match with the Grappler. We know that LC defeated the Doc for the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship before. Skag Rollins interfering.
Well, there's bad blood all the way around here, Frank Culbertson. I mean, it just goes so many ways. This isn't just about one or two or three issues. This is about many issues.
Oh, my goodness.
Many past problems.
I understand. And Dr. Luther with the mallet hitting Skag Rollins in the gut. Now LC outside taking advantage of it. LC has yet to step in the ring. He's yet to take his glasses off. Ricks across the back. Skag Rollins in a lot of trouble. I'm not sure which of these men the fans want to see. Ball tight. He just used a stroller.
He just used a baby stroller, and that did the trick right there. Here he comes to this table, Frank Culbertson.
Oh, my goodness. Right on the announcer's table. LC is down.
Yeah,
Dr. Luther from behind.
They got a chair here right to the jaw.
Unbelievable action. This is no count out. They just have to pin a man inside the ring or make him submit, but there is no time limit. There is no being disqualified for being outside the ring. Look at Dr. Luther, a hard shot.
So in other words, what you're saying, anything pretty much goes, and we could be sitting here till tomorrow, if possibly.
Absolutely, fans.
Okay, Frank, well, I'm here with you. I brought the water, you brought the Imodium. We're all set, baby.
LC does not know where he is right now. He's fighting an enemy that isn't there. What is Dr. Luther? Dr. Luther has picked up a barbed wire piece of wood. No, a piece of wood. And now it's Skag Rollins with it twice. It's a board that says Scotty Yak. Of course, Scotty and Aaron Idle made a successful return to Portland Wrestling.
Yeah, they did. I was quite impressed.
Oh, my goodness. Dr. Luther taking the piece of wood right between the nether regions of Skag Rollins.
Is that by Netherlands, Switzerland?
Just to the left of it.
Okay. We both know what that feels like, Frank Culbertson. No explanation is needed, correct?
Ladies' choice now. What is he doing? He had got...
One of the fans has a chair. He just ran him into the fan's chair.
Oh, my goodness. Skag Rollins. Dr. Luther really in control of this matchup. Now, these two men just brawling. And ladies' choice, all three men are now slowed down here. This is one of the toughest
they've taken a lot of punishment. Maybe Skag Rollins has lost a few teeth. I'm not sure. But I know ladies' choice just delivered a chair shot across the back of Dr. Luther that he'll fill for 2 months from now.
This is unbelievable, fans. We are still getting word from Dante and Bonsai Bruce about their big matchup at the Kaiser Stadium. That should be a match that is incredible. What happened last week here with Dante and Bonsai Bruce?
It was unbelievable. We saw a title change hands, the SPW title from California, and now they've challenged each other to a match at Volcano's Kaiser
Absolutely,
Stadium.
A ladder match with the title suspended above it. Whoever can get the title will become the SPW champion. If Dante regains it or Bonsai Bruce holds on. But these two have real issues now.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. We saw that last week, Frank Culbertson.
Don't miss that. August 13th matchup. Superfly, Jimmy Snuka and the Grappler. Unbelievable. And a steel cage match. Fans, we need to take a quick timeout. We won't miss a moment of the action, but we'll be right back right after this timeout. Fans, we are back. Look at Skag Rollins just choking away on Dr. Luther. Payback for the mallet shots that Skag Rollins took earlier
This has
tonight.
been nonstop mayhem and chaos since the bell rang, Frank Culbertson, and we still have someone to get shaved at the end of this match. We don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be somebody, I can guarantee you that. It's been stipulated. Somebody will leave here bald.
And this match has been outside the ring almost the entire time, all over Cleveland National Guard Armory. It's been inside the ring for just a moment, but Skag Rollins now throwing Dr. Luther back in the ring, and he looks like he is really hurt.
Well, if you look around all the ringside, and there's just carnage everywhere. They were all over this building, Frank Culbertson.
Look at LC now saying he's back. He raked Dr. Luther with the boot across the face. Now he's just choking away. Skag Rollins letting him do it, probably planning his next move on the ladies' choice.
Well, you know, Skag Rollins and LC work good together. They're just not getting along right now, which we all know about, but they do work good together. They're probably thinking along the same lines.
Ladies' choice saying he's got the hair that is not going to be cut right now. Dr. Luther in a lot of trouble.
He is in a lot of trouble, but Luther's the kind of guy that's when he's the most dangerous, is when he's in trouble.
Absolutely. Fans here at Cleveland National Guard Armory on their feet, just going crazy. LC resting in the corner. Look at him just taking a break. And now Skag Rollins calling LC over. I think they're going to work as a team once again, maybe as the Knights of
Well,
Ecstasy.
I don't know, Frank Culbertson, because one of these guys is getting their head shaved. And I think if it came down between Skag and LC, both of them would shave the other guy's head without thinking twice.
Whipped him into the rope. Big double clothesline now working together because we know Skag doesn't want his hair shaved. We know Ladies' Choice doesn't want his hair shaved.
Absolutely
but
not.
Look at Dr. Luther. He's in a lot of trouble.
He's in bad shape, and it's not looking good for Dr. Luther right now. But look at Skag just staring on LC. There's no honor among thieves, Frank Culbertson.
And these two men do not like each other. Look, Skag just trying to rip it out by the roots. And now he's got LC up, setting him up. Looks like for a big suplex. Snap suplex takes him over hard.
Very effective move right now. That put Ladies' Choice down on his back.
We've always talked about Skag and the tremendous size that he does have that he uses as an advantage, but he is quick. He snapped LC over with tremendous power right away.
The worst mistake you could if you get in the ring with Skag Rollins is judge a book by his cover, because Skag Rollins is double tough, double ornery, and he can beat you at any given time. He is a superstar.
Now Skag Rollins in trouble as he catches a big clothesline by Dr. Luther, who can't follow it up. Ladies' Choice now with a blow to the back of Dr. Luther's head.
Well, every time they go to each other, LC and Skag go back and hit Dr. Luther or kick Dr. Luther. They're keeping him in the trouble region. Dr. Luther's in serious trouble here, Frank Culbertson.
Absolutely. Fans, this match being brought to you by, of course, John at Karstgo, 82nd and Burnside. Tom Peterson and Glorious 2, 82nd and Foster. If you need a mattress, you need appliances, go out and see Tom. And, of course, the good folks out at Comcast, CNW 14.
Absolutely, and I'd like to say hello to Team Quest and Sport Fight and Randy Couture and Matt Lindland. Thank you for the pleasant time we had at Sport Fight a few weeks ago at the Rose Garden. It was tremendous.
Tremendous competitors, Randy Couture and Matt Lindland, former
and they're big
medalist.
big fans of Portland wrestling.
You can see Sport Fight on CNW 14, video on demand. If you've missed it, fans, Comcast and video on demand, a great item to watch television. Look at that, Dr. Luther with a great drop kick as Skag Rollins is in the corner.
And he had nowhere to go, Frank Culbertson, so he absorbed all that velocity.
Absolutely, fans. Don't forget, next week here on Portland Wrestling, you will be seeing the Dark Carnival versus the Cartel in a tag team title match. You will be seeing Maple Leaf Murphy versus Bubba Blanchard. And I understand that Scotty Mack and Caden Matthews will be matched up as well.
That will be unbelievable.
Oh, Dr. Luther catapulting Skag Rollins into Ladies' Choice.
Oh, there we go, Frank. You know, no explanation is needed for that.
No explanation is needed. Skag Rollins, he's back into Netherland again.
Well, there you go, Frank.
Fans, don't forget August 13th, that big Kaiser show next week. It's not too late to get tickets. Almost a 3 count by Dr. Luther, but LC made his foot on the ropes. LC came this close to having his head shaved.
I'm telling you, this guy is stressed out about this match. I'm telling you, he was pacing like a cat in the back before this match. So
he tried to show his confidence, but you could see this man takes pride in his hair.
As a professional wrestler myself, I know what he's thinking, and And the way LC is, he does not want his head shaved.
Well, just outside of our camera range, you can't see it, but Skag Rollins.
He's grabbing the chair right now.
Well, him and the grappler were just talking over some strategy, and now Skag Rollins, he's got a chair, and he's just thrown it into the ring. I'm not sure what for, but
Dr. Luther
is outside.
also has a chair.
He's just choking away.
LC.
That is the point. Get your man weak enough so you can pin him so that he gets his head shaved with these clippers that are right here in my hand, Ed Moondog.
I see them, Frank Culbertson, and I'm sitting back a little ways because you're waving them around and you got them turned on.
Oh, into a steel chair brought by one of the fans. It's an AOD chair. It's Dr. Luther again with the Dr. Luther chair. Skag Rollins bailing out. He catches it right on his knee.
He could have broke his knee or his ankle real easy right there, and I'm surprised he didn't.
Chair starting to fill up the ring here in Portland Wrestling. Dr. Luther, he'll get in any kind of match that he can. He's got another chair in the ring right now, and now a cane. This has turned into a real brutal affair here on Portland Wrestling, and a cane right to the midsection of Ladies' Choice.
From the opening bell, it's been like this, Frank Culbertson. I don't know how these guys can take this. It's just, they're unbelievable. It's just... their mindset that they have to go into this kind of a match is unbelievable.
Now Skag Rollins make a move, grabs LC by those long blonde locks of his, drags him back into the ring. Dr. Luther now looking for an advantage of his own against Skag Rollins.
His mind is working, the deviousness, his squirrely little mind. You can see it working, Frank Culbertson, and it never ends up with anything real productive for anybody.
Well, when you start talking to Dr. Luther, you understand what a sick, sadistic man this really is. And right there, you can see it. A chair right to LC's head.
Oh, that's
down
real
goes
good for
LC.
That'll rearrange your principles real quick, Frank.
And now both men, both double chair shot. They're just firing away at each other. Skag Rollins loses it, and down goes Skag Rollins.
I don't know. It looks like somebody's real quick here to getting their head shaved. It's either going to be Skag Rollins or Ladies' Choice, and when we come back, we might find that out, Frank Culbertson.
We'll be right back, as Ed Moondog Moretti said, right after this. Fans, we are back. Dr. Luther has set up two chairs in the ring, and he has got Skag Rollins in a very bad position. Ladies' Choice on the ring apron.
Oh, I don't like the looks of this, Frank Culbertson. This ain't going to be pretty.
He's got him up. Suplexes him right on top of the chair. Down goes Skag Rollins. Big man like that. There's a pin. There's Albert McClure. 1, 2. That should do it. Skag Rollins almost getting his head shaved.
That chair twisted like a pretzel, Frank Culbertson, like nothing.
Now Dr. Luther, he's got another chair in his hand. Skag Rollins is outside talking with the grappler. Ladies' Choice, tremendous beating outside the ring. Now Dr. Luther going out top, dives through the ropes. Catches Skag Rollins, and down goes. And he's just choking away on him.
Dr. Luther just did I guess it's a plancha right through the ropes onto Skag Rollins.
Well, we had seen Skag Rollins do that about 8 months ago on top of Dr. Luther, not with quite the same results. Dr. Luther hitting it straight on.
And Dr. Luther just ran LC and Skag's head together like two battering rams. Dr. Luther's lost it, I'm telling you.
Now Dr. Luther up clothesline off the ring apron. Unbelievable maneuver by Dr. Luther. Ladies' Choice, he was going to hit a fan.
Well,
he doesn't know where he is. Look at him. He's out of it.
He's gone.
Grappler out here trying to get Skag Rollins to come too. Dr. Luther now chasing after the very, very groggy Ladies' Choice. Right into the post he goes with his
just
forehead.
Hit him right into the post, head first into that steel ring post. LC's in a bad way. Skag Rollins is in a bad way. Dr. Luther has just gone berserk.
Fans, this matchup also being sponsored by the great folks out at Captain Jack's. Great sponsors of Portland Wrestling. You want to meet Captain Jack's? Go to Captain Jack's or come to Portland Wrestling, where you see LC with a DDT on the chair.
And the fans all around the arena are on their feet right now, Frank Culbertson, because they know at any minute someone's going to be getting their head shaved right here.
Dr. Luther has got him in the face pull. This should do it. Ladies' Choice. You know he loves his hair. You know he would do anything for his hair. Dr. Luther has won so many matches with this.
Skag Rollins is outside on the floor here. He's in a bad shape. The grappler's trying to get him back into the ring. Dr. Luther's got a face pull on LC.
The referee checking his hand. There's two. There's two now. Albert McClure checking. That's three. Ring the bell. LC has passed out. LC has passed out.
I guess we know who's getting their head shaved, Frank Culbertson.
LC has submitted. The grappler taking the scissors and the Clippers into the ring. What? Oh my goodness, LC. They're shaving LC. Skag Rollins. They're shaving LC's head. Right here in the middle of the ring here on Portland Wrestling. We said Maple Leaf Murphy
Dante.
out. And now Dante out. Maple Leaf Murphy trying to pull his partner out. Dante taking Maple Leaf Murphy and hitting him hard. Maple Leaf doesn't want his partner to have his head shaved.
They're sitting LC down now. He's going to get shaved, baby.
He is going to get his head shaved. He's trying to get up and make his way out. He does. He gets out.
LC left.
No, the grappler has grabbed him. The grappler throws him back inside the ring.
The grappler don't like Dr. Luther, but he said shave his head.
Look at Dr. Luther. LC out the other side. And there is Skag Rollins. And in goes Skag Rollins. Oh, LC. He is not going to be going to the barber anytime soon. Oh, a DDT.
That'll get him in the chair anyway, Frank Culbertson. He ain't running now.
Dr. Luther with the Clippers. Listen to the fans go. Unbelievable here on Portland Wrestling. Our hair match, as we said, we'll deliver it. Dr. Luther now, he is going to go shave LC's head.
He's going to shave him right now, Frank Culbertson.
He is unbelievable. Here on Portland Wrestling, you don't want to miss a moment of Portland Wrestling. Now Skag Rollins is in the ring. He goes, but he misses, ducks a clothesline. And he takes a diamond cutter from Dr. Luther.
Well, Skag Rollins somehow came in the ring to save LC for some reason, but he ended up on the bad end.
Now
of the
Dr. Luther. Dr. Luther is going to get another diamond cutter on Skag Rollins. LC, the luckiest man in the world, who should be getting his head shaved right now, is outside. There goes LC through the back door. LC through the back door.
He's left the arena. Grappler in the ring.
Grappler in the ring with some kind of a rag. He's got some kind of a rag.
Oh, I'll bet you I know. You smell that?
What is that? That smells like ether.
Oh, Frank, it's bad. Frank, I think it's like you said, it's ether, man.
That is really bad.
Oh.
Now Dr. Luther. Oh my goodness.
Boy, that'll raise the hair on the back of your head.
Oh, he is. Dr. Luther is completely out. He was the winner of this match. What are they doing? Now Skag Rollins. Skag Rollins has got the barber clippers.
Dr. Luther's out, Frank.
Dr. Luther is there. Oh no, they're shaving the winner of the match, Dr. Luther's hair.
There it goes.
Oh no, Dr. Luther.
Dr. Luther won the match, Frank.
Where is LC? Where is LC?
LC ran out the back door. He's out of the arena.
Skag Rollins.
I don't know what.
Oh my goodness.
I told you someone get a haircut here.
Dr. Luther being shaved bald by Skag Rollins and Team Hell. This is not what was supposed to happen. Ladies' Choice lost the match.
Fair and square, really. I mean, that was the stipulations. If you lose, you get your head shaved, but they're shaving the winner's head. Here,
the board of directors is going to have to get together. Oh, here comes Dante. Yeah, here comes the cartel. With the hammer. The damage has been done. Look at the doctor.
How about a doc? How about a ball-headed Luther now, huh?
We just shaved Dr. Luther! Just like we said we were going to.
Skag Rollins shaving Dr. Luther's head, just like they said. Grappler and Skag Rollins hugging here at ringside. Very obviously proud of themselves, but look at Dr. Luther. LC's coming back out.
Oh, my.
Oh, what is LC
Boy, he's
doing?
laughing, too. LC is laughing, and I guess he has a right. He outsmarted everybody here.
LC has got a wig. LC was supposed to get his hair cut. Dr. Luther ends up with it. Now he's got some sort of an afro wig for Dr. Luther.
In my 29 years in this business, Frank Culbertson, I've seen a lot of things, but this is up there. It tops them all. I'm telling you.
Dr. Luther, what was he put out with? He is not moving at all.
You smelled it, Frank.
Look at like Dante taking a swing at Dr. Luther and Team Hell.
It took my breath away. I don't know what it was. What do you think it was? I'd say it was an ether-type substance.
He's grabbing a bottle of water, Big Ugly from the cartel in there. They're going to go in and try to revive Dr. Luther from whatever it was that they poured on or put on those towels, because Dr. Luther not moving at all. The smell is still here.
Yeah, it's in the air, and everybody in the arena, if they get close enough to the ring, would be able to smell this. It made me break out into a sweat. I was gagging here. that's kind of rotten. You know what I'm saying? It's just...
now the crowd chanting
I don't know.
for Dr. Luther. He is still not moving. I'm not sure what the board of directors is going to be reviewing this tape right away. There has to be some sanctions, some punishment done to Ladies' Choice and Skag Rollins.
I know if the OWO did it, we'd be suspended for life or something like that because the board of directors hates us. But, I mean, I'm no Dr. Luther fan, but he did win the match. He should not be the one with his head shaved right now, and he is.
But there's nothing you could do about it right now. Dr. Luther did get his head shaved. He is bald, as we promised here on Portland Wrestling. One man would get his head shaved. And that man, unfortunately for Dr. Luther, was Dr. Luther.
That's right. It was.
Fans, we're going to take a break. We're going to try to get an interview with Dr. Luther. I'm not sure if he's in any condition to talk right now.
Of course he's not in any condition right now, but, you know, he's going to have something to say, I'm sure, about that.
Well, we're going to come back and find out what is going on here on Portland Wrestling. Scotty Mac, Aaron Idle, New Attitudes. Dr. Luther.
Good attitudes, I think.
Dr. Luther, now you're bald Pacific Northwest heavyweight champion.
You saw it, fans. We saw it. You saw what went down. Unbelievable. That's what you get when you get Portland Wrestling.
Fans, we like to say that's wrestling the way it should be. We'll be back with some more interviews right after this timeout.
Thanks, Ted.
It's now time for the Captain Jack Statue of the Night.
And now both men, and both double chair shots. They're just firing away at each other. Skag Rollins loses it, and down goes Skag Rollins.
When the grappler's around, you never know what's going to happen. Dr. Luther wins the match and loses his hair all at the same time. But Skag and Luther were not done with each other, and we're going to take you to the 2 out of 3 falls Pandora's box match. And in this match, we put all the stipulations inside a paper bag. They would reach in, pull one out, and that's what the next stipulation was for the match. It's going to be wild. You're not going to want to miss a moment of the action. Pandora's box match, Luther versus Skag Rollins.
Fans, there's Dr. Luther coming through the door. The fans cheering. I am joined by Ed Moondog Moretti. In the ring right now, Ken Stillwell has just had a fan come up. The first fall is a first blood match. Fans,
I'm sure glad you let me sit out here with you tonight, Frank, because I've been dying to see this match. And the first fall of this match, in this Pandora's box match between Dr. Luther and Skag Rollins for the Pacific Northwest title, is a first blood match. And you know what that means, Frank Culbertson.
That means the first man to bleed. It's not a pinfall. It's not a submission.
Nope.
First man to bleed loses the fall. It is 2 out of 3 falls for the held up Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship. Over to our left is a table full of weapons. There's a cowbell, a bull rope, a barbed wire baseball bat, a sledgehammer, a coal miner's glove, a ladder, a table,
barbed wire baseball bat. I mean, it's just a whole table full of nothing but plunder and viciousness. And Dr. Luther's standing here in front of me, Frank, and I'm very uncomfortable right now. And he's got a hammer in his hand. I've been hit with that hammer many times, but he's got that whole table full of weapons of his choosing for this in case it's called in his match.
Can't wait to get my hand on that box and get some of those goodies.
Well, I'm not sure what Dr. Luther, this is right up his alley. In fact, it is his match. It's the Pandora box match. This match came about when Skag Rollins lost or won the loser leave town match against Ladies' Choice. He probably feels like the loser now in a match with each fall a different stipulation. Dr. Luther, just what he wants.
And the first fall, like I said before, the fans chose it out of the Pandora's box, is a first blood rules.
Fans, terrific matchup. This matchup being brought to you by Z100 and Captain Jack's for all your art work that you need and body piercing. Captain Jack, the place to go. He'll take great care of you. Great sponsor here on Portland Wrestling. And one of these gentlemen might need to go to get a scar covered up with a little
Frank,
ink.
there's going to be some body piercing in this match, I can guarantee you. And I'll tell you what, it won't be as pretty as Captain Jack's works, but I'm telling you, with this kind of match and this kind of guys in the ring like Dr. Luther and Skag Rollins, anything could happen, and probably will. And don't forget Skag Rollins' equalizer right there, the grappler.
Well, the board of directors really considered, due to the violent nature of this matchup, to keep this match off of TV. They had actually made that decision
in the middle of the week. But Tom Peterson talked to the board of directors, called Roddy Piper up at home and said the fans of Portland Wrestling deserve to see this matchup, to see this feud maybe come to a conclusion with Skag Rollins and Dr. Luther. And because of Tom Peterson, this match is on Comcast Portland Wrestling.
And Glorious too.
And Glorious too.
And right now, the grappler just pointed out to Skag Rollins all the different weapons that are on the table beside us over here, Frank Culbertson, and it's all weapons of misery. I can just see it over there. I see Dutch Savage's old coal miner's glove. I see a ball peen hammer. I see chains. I see barbed wire ball bats. I see, a cowbell, bull rope, and not to mention the body bag.
There's blindfolds over there in case it's a blindfold match. It could be a last man standing match. You're not sure what this is going to be. Referee Albert McClure calls for the bell. Cleveland National Guard Armory really packed tonight for this great matchup. Next TV taping, October 15th. Get your advance tickets. Tom Peterson and Glorious 2. Rob's Off-Road Center and Highway 212 in Clackamas, and the Joy Forever scrapbook stores. Guys, go out, buy your advance tickets, buy some scrapbook supplies for the wife, go home and say, hey, have an evening to yourself. I'm going to Portland Wrestling.
You betcha, and I'm sure glad I'm here tonight, Frank Culbertson. I came here tonight just specifically for this match, to see this match, because I know the great stars of Portland Wrestling are going to put it all on the line tonight.
Well, if you're like my wife, she's going to be out here at the action. Loves Portland Wrestling. Great family entertainment. Safe for the whole family. Bring the kids, grandmas and grandpas. Portland Wrestling back on the air. Portland Wrestling CNW 14.
I must correct you about being safe, Frank Culbertson, unless you're in the ring.
Absolutely. That is right, Ed Moondog Moretti. Terrific matchup this week. The opening match is for the Pacific Northwest heavyweight title. Still to come, Old School Oliver John versus Scotty Mack. That will be a terrific matchup for the #1 contender. Scotty Mack actually agreed to that last week. He is supposed to get a shot at the winner of this, but now he must defeat Old School Oliver John to keep that spot.
And you know, both of these guys, Oliver John and Scotty Mack, are watching this match real close.
Boy, fans in Portland Wrestling, the action's fast and furious each and every week. Last week, the SPW Championship match, the fans are still talking about it on the internet.
Was that fantastic or what?
That was
fantastic.
And now Skag Rollins, he is just biting away on Dr. Luther outside. That is one way to bring
eliminate
blood.
your opponent, right? You draw first blood. That's exactly right.
That's all. And now he is just pounding away, but Dr. Luther firing back. Skag Rollins now with the rights right across the chin of Dr. Luther. Luther on one knee.
Oh, yeah. You know, anything these guys do out here, draw blood, punch you in the nose, anything, throw you in the post, bite you, like you said, they draw blood, they win that fall.
Look at the fans there, nervous, chewing on their fingernails. This matchup going all over Cleveland National Guard Armory. It doesn't have to be in the ring. It's a no disqualification. It's a first blood match for the first fall.
That's right, Frank Culbertson, and anything's liable to happen here.
We have seen unbelievable action. Exile and Sideshow recently. Dante, we understand, did suffer a leg injury. We'll be getting some more updates on him here on Portland Wrestling. One tough competitor in that SPW championship.
That was a fantastic match. It was just unbelievable what those guys put each other through and still came out of it. Skag Rollins is definitely trying to draw some blood here on Dr. Luther. He's going for it.
You can see the hair just starting to grow back on Dr. Luther from the hair match that Skag Rollins shaved him bald with the grappler. Luther was the winner.
Sure did.
LC, of course, from that lost to Loser Leaf Town, not in Portland Wrestling. And up in Canada, I understand, being very successful in the tag team division with Maple Leaf Murphy.
Absolutely. Absolutely, but not in Portland Wrestling here any longer for the time being.
Absolutely. Fans right now, Dr. Luther being blinded also by Skag Rollins. Skag's the type of guy who's not going to try to wrestle you, chain wrestle you in the ring. He's going to go in and he's going to try to beat you senseless, much like Dr. Luther.
Absolutely, and right now he's jawing with the fans, but he better worry about Dr. Luther, that devious. Look at Dr. Luther's always thinking.
He picked up a Coke can.
There you go.
He used a Coke can right on the forehead. That could easily have split open Skag Rollins.
Easily. And then if that happens, we're over that first fall, Frank Culbertson.
Referee Albert McClure getting them all back in the ring. Speaking in the ring next week, Ed, we'll be talking about, a Coke can once again has Skag Rollins been busted open. I don't see any blood yet. Next week, you and Vinny Massaro will be a terrific matchup, and we'll talk more about that in the second fall.
Absolutely.
Fans will want to tune in for that one. A great Italian match, if you will.
Just real briefly, I'm looking forward to wrestling Vinny Massaro. He's a heck of an athlete. He's a good friend of mine, and may the best man win in that match. That's all I can say.
Now Dr. Luther going to work. He had taken that Coke can, really tried to bust open Skag Rollins, but Skag, one tough individual. Now back outside the ring goes Skag Rollins.
Yep. He hurt his elbow there on the fall, but he better not worry about his elbow so much as Dr. Luther's coming out after him.
Dr. Luther very upset with losing the title. Actually, not ever losing it, just having it stripped from him when Derek from Z100, not a licensed referee. The board of directors, Ed, really had no choice.
No, they had no choice. I think they made a decent decision there, Frank Culbertson. But, you know, a lot of guys would feel it's unfair. Now, Dr. Luther just hit that post. That could bring blood real easy. Let's take a look at Dr. Luther. If the referee sees even one drop, this match over. Now Grappler's interjecting himself with the chair.
Grappler getting the chair from the
Dr. Luther split open, Frank. Dr. Luther's been busted open.
Oh, Dr. Luther gets hit by the loaded boot of the Grappler.
Oh, yeah.
The Grappler's loaded boot is down. Dr. Luther has been busted wide open.
He's been busted open by the post, by the boot. He's got that loaded boot. He's got the Grappler's loaded boot. I know what that's like to get hit with that.
Referee Albert McClure
he should be calling for this bell right now.
The referee signaling for the bell.
That's the first fall.
The referee has lost the first. Dr. Luther has lost the first fall to Skag Rollins.
Frank, because now we go back to the Pandora's box, Frank. What will it be?
I'm not sure.
What's next? I mean, this was bad enough, but what's next? And look at Dr. Luther. He has been busted open. He's bleeding very heavily right now. There's blood all over the floor.
You get to choose the next match.
We won the first fall. I'll do the choosing for our team, okay? And we'll see what it is.
All right.
It says 2-on-1 now.
Hey, what are you trying to pull away? No, this is orange. The tags are white. What are you trying to get away with?
Grappler pulled out his own paper.
Put an orange one in there. That's the way it's going.
It was you that put the orange one in there.
Don't you accuse the Grappler!
Praying for blood for 2 years, and I just busted you open. Give me the damn thing.
Okay, you want it, brother, you got it. It's a chain match, the next fall. I want you to go in there, Skag. Worry about brother win this thing.
The second fall will be a chain match.
Second fall is a chain match.
It is a chain match. The Pandora's box. Look at Dr. Luther. His face a crimson mask.
He already looks like he's been in a chain match already. Now the Grappler is just grabbing the steel chain.
We need to take a quick timeout.
The Grappler just grabbing the steel chain and bringing it over here by me. I don't know why he's doing that. He better put it on Skag Rollins' wrist.
Oh, Dr. Luther now fighting away without the steel cage. We need to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Hey, wrestling fans, have you got your copy of Katie Bar the Door, The History of Portland Wrestling yet? And if not, why not? Mike Rogers has put together the ups and downs, the ins and outs of wrestling in the Pacific Northwest, along with inside stuff you probably never knew was going on behind the scenes. It's available on Amazon. And be sure to get all three of Mike Rogers' Excitement in the Air, The Voices of Northwest Wrestling. Interviews done from over 30 years, from Bull Ramus to Dutch Savage, to Volume 2, which follows up with Matt Doc Bashan, Rick Martel, Ed Moretti, and Ivan Koloff. And there's no slacking off in Volume 3 of Excitement in the Air. Me, Mike Miller, Haru Sasaki, Tony Ford, and The Grappler. And coming soon, it's the Encyclopedia of Portland Wrestlers from the House of Action. If they had a match at the Portland Sports Arena, Mike Rogers has it covered. Over 450 biographies of the obscure to the superstars, from the World Championships to the Northwest title matches. The Encyclopedia of Portland Wrestlers. You don't want to miss out on this one.
Fans, we are back. We have not been able to get Dr. Luther in the ring with Skag Rollins during this intermission that we're supposed to have a couple of minutes for the grapplers to recover.
A pinfall can't occur till these guys are both chained up, and the chain match rules take effect, and so far they haven't got them, but they want to win this match, they better get that chain on. Dr. Luther has lost a lot of blood, Frank. He is weak. He's lost a lot of blood. Skag Rollins is like a rabid dog. He's going after it like a tick on a dog's back. And I'm telling you, he just hit him with the chain, Frank, opening the cut even worse.
Now you can see he is just choking away. Dr. Luther in a lot of trouble. The Pacific Northwest heavyweight fall. This could be 2 straight falls.
Easily. And in the shape Dr. Luther's in right now, that could very well be. But Dr. Luther's been known to be like this and pull a lot of rabbits out of his hat.
Absolutely. Dr. Luther trying to get in the ring. The fans chanting AOD. The grappler trying to get him to be quiet. But they are going to support Dr. Luther, who has a tremendous following here in Portland Wrestling. Has held the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight title for a number of months, but he is in a lot of trouble.
But his sick, twisted mind is always thinking, you know, Frank, how he is sick and twisted. He likes this inside himself. He's very much at home right now. He's just waiting to pounce. He's in bad shape, don't get me wrong, and he's lost a lot of blood. He's only human, I think. But the way Dr. Luther is, he's dangerous still. And Skag Rollins may find that out very soon. Here's your danger right here, the grappler.
The grappler out here.
I'm just sitting here. Grappler's over here yelling at me saying he ain't forgotten what's between us, but I'm just sitting here calling this match because I'm interested to see what's happening going on.
Well, what's happening right now is Dr. Luther with a tremendous blood loss in the ring. Skag Rollins now just lefts and rights, but now they're just trading blows in the ring with that chain
swinging around.
Right between
them. It can take your teeth out. It can bust your nose.
Big clothesline by Dr. Luther puts Skag Rollins right down. Referee Albert McClure giving each man to the count of 5 to get up. Dr. Luther, you can see in a lot of trouble. He's going for the pin. There's a 1. There's only a 1. Skag Rollins able to kick out. Dr. Luther's going to have to do a lot more to put Skag Rollins.
But he's thinking, and I know how Dr. Luther's twisted mind work. And how about the grappler out here yelling at me? 2 weeks ago, he disrespected Pork Chop Cash, a man that's...
Did you see
right
that?
There, this could be the end of this match right here.
It could be the end of a lot of things of Skag Rollins.
That's true. That's true. And Skag's
That's a third time, and over goes Skag Rollins. As we mentioned, those are blows to that nether region.
That's right. Over by Netherland and Switzerland. But Skag Rollins is a ladies' man, and I don't think he wants to be injured in that particular manner.
Now Dr. Luther using that chain as a whip, and now a big boot to the forehead of Skag Rollins. Skag in a lot of trouble right now too. Dr. Luther that drives a knee right across the chin.
Do you see what I mean about Dr. Luther? He was thinking all the time. He's weak, but he's thinking all the time. He's a sick man, but he's a very successful man. And like I was saying about the grappler, he disrespected Pork Chop's Cash a few weeks ago. Pork Chop Cash, one of the legends in professional wrestling, and it's just the way the grappler is, you know.
Well, you could see now the grappler, Skag Rollins, has been busted open as well from that steel chain. Dr. Luther placing it well across the forehead. Skag in a lot of trouble. Down goes Skag Rollins again, busted open.
Yes, he is.
From the ring.
And I'm glad I'm sitting at this table here, Frank Culbertson, and not involved in this match. And every guy in the back of Portland Wrestling locker room, the stars that they are secretly thanking their lucky stars they don't have to be in this match right now.
Well, Halloween coming up in a couple of weeks, but right now, the mask being worn in the ring by both men are crimson masks.
It is a crimson mask indeed, Frank Culbertson.
Now, Dr. Luther, he's just kicking. I'm not sure if he's intent on pinning him right now. I think he's just intent on hurting him, Ed.
Oh, absolutely. Dr. Luther is just all about making you suffer. He don't care about winning. He cares about suffering.
Speaking of suffering, another team that likes to make people suffer, Team Hell, next week. They will have the Blanchards in a #1 contenders match. The winner gets a shot at Aaron Idol and Scotty Mack. New attitude here in Portland Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Look at Dr. Luther. Skag Rollins has submitted. He had the chain wrapped in his teeth, wrapped in his mouth, and he is pulling away and refusing to break the hold, Ed.
And now that the sides are evened up, Frank Culbertson, we go into a third fall back to the Pandora's box, if you will. I heard it referred to as your box, Frank Culbertson. Is that Pandora's box, your box, whatever it is, the Frank Culbertson's Pandora's box.
Look at Dr. Luther, a maniac.
Face full with the chain.
He will not release the hold, cannot be disqualified and lose the match. But I think a trip to the dentist is in store for Skag Rollins.
He was raking that chain back and forth across his choppers.
Absolutely. Now the grappler, you can see, very upset. He's got a chair. Dr. Luther, the winner of the second fall. Skag Rollins has been busted open, bleeding profusely.
And Dr. Luther is still bleeding profusely, but now we have to go to the Pandora's box and find out what the next stipulation in this horrific, torturous, anything goes match. And looking at this table, Frank, it don't look pretty.
Dr. Luther with Derek from Z100.
Now tied it up. It's 1-1. Are you okay, Luther? I need you to draw the last match. Let's see what it's going to be.
Dr. Luther on his knees.
The last match is a coal miner's glove match.
Oh, my goodness.
The winner of this match will be the new Pacific Northwest heavyweight champion.
Coal Miner's glove match with Dr. Luther. Look at, he's bleeding. He's out of his mind.
He is out of his mind.
Profusely. Now he's talking to his hand.
He's hearing voices. He's saying, he told him, fans, we need to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the Coal Miner's glove match right after this timeout.
Wow.
It's now time for the Captain Jack's Tattoo of the Night.
Look at Dr. Luther. Skag Rollins has submitted. He had the chain wrapped in his teeth, wrapped in his mouth, and he is pulling away, refusing to break the hold. Fans, we are back. They are still setting up the Coal Miner's glove match on the pole, but Dr. Luther is not going to wait. He is attacking Skag Rollins right away, and a blow right to the midsection, ample midsection of Skag Rollins. Out he goes, Edmund.
And Frank, just for wrestling fans' information, courtesy of Mike Rogers in the Ring Around the Northwest, this Coal Miner's glove match was made famous by Dutch Savage in the early 60s and 70s, and this has been a match that's been a mainstay in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, Skag Rollins being whipped right into the steel post. The bell has rung. The pole is still being strapped by the ring crew here in Portland Wrestling. They do a terrific job.
Yes, they do.
Going.
Absolutely.
But right now, not going anywhere is Skag Rollins. He is down. Dr. Luther on the prowl.
And this is just not an ordinary glove, Frank Culbertson. Inside that glove is a piece of steel about 3 inches thick in there. If you with that, brother, something's gonna give. And I'm telling you, I've seen lots of Coal Miner's glove matches, and not once have I ever seen somebody not go to the hospital after it.
Absolutely. When that glove hits you, you're down and you're out.
Absolutely, Frank.
And now Dr. Luther with a cane just across the back of Skag Rollins. He's going to use anything at his disposal to win this match and take back the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship.
These guys have already been in a war. They look like they've been in a war, and believe me, they have been in a war, and there's still a whole fall to go.
Oh man, fans, this match is being brought to you by Carsco 82nd and Burnside, and Tom Peterson and Glorious 2 82nd and Foster. Get over to Tom's and tell him thanks for putting this match on the air, because without Tom and Gloria, this match would be off of TV. Dr. Luther going over
perusing
to the table. It's a Coal Miner's glove match, but he's looking for. He's got a mallet. He's got a sledgehammer. He's got a sledgehammer. What is he going to do with a sledgehammer? If I was Skag Rollins still has the steel chair. Steel chain.
Yes, absolutely, and he's using it as a weapon. They got 3 weapons out there right now. Actually 4. They've got the chain, they've got the hammer, and then they've got the Coal Miner's glove match, and then there's the grappler at ringside.
Absolutely. Look at Skag Rollins just pinpointing those punches, but Dr. Luther with the sledgehammer low blow once again.
In that nether regions that you talk about, I think Skag Rollins, I don't think he wishes to be a eunuch, but after this, I'm telling you, Frank, this is really disturbing.
Yeah, right there.
This is disturbing.
It is disturbing. You can see now Dr. Luther with a kick. He delivers some of the most powerful kicks in professional wrestling. Is able to get a lot of momentum. But right now, oh my goodness, a sledgehammer right to the side of the rib cage.
To the ribs. And you know, there's no other promotion that brings you action like this except for Portland Wrestling.
The biggest and the best, the fastest and the brightest, the most toughest, as we saw with the SPW championship match, wrestle each and every week right here on Portland Wrestling Comcast, CNW 14. As we tell you, call your grandmas and grandpas, your moms and dads, your sons and daughters. Let them know Portland Wrestling back on the air. Get out to Cleaver National Guard Armory to watch the next TV taping October 15th. Dr. Luther going for the Coal Miner's glove.
They're both trying to secure that Coal Miner's glove, but they've got to fight for it, and they've got to go up that post. Yes.
Now, Skag Rollins down. Yep. Dr. Luther, as he got the strength to get up there and grab the Coal Miner's glove. If he does, this could be all over, Ed.
It could be in one shot. That's the whole name of the game right there now, is to get that Coal Miner's glove and use it on your opponent and secure that victory.
Now Dr. Luther, you can see he has lost a lot of blood. He is weak, but now he realizes right where he is. You can see he's getting ready. No, he dives. Oh! Clothesline off the ring apron on Skag Rollins. Down goes Skag Rollins.
Boy, both these guys are giving it their all.
But look what Dr. Luther, he is He is not
perusing the weapons again.
He's pointing to his head. Look at him. He's listening to the voices. He's not. It's the barbed wire baseball bat is being brought out by Dr. Luther. He's like Barry Bonds ready to hit a home run.
Except it's going to be with Skag Rollins' head, I'm afraid.
He's looking at you, Ed Moretti.
Yeah, I don't want. He doesn't. You. Dr. Luther, I have no problem with you. I'm just out here to call the match, brother. You see that?
This is a bad place to be.
Why I'm nervous sitting here?
Well, look who's nervous, the grappler. I don't think I've seen him run that fast in a long time. Oh, my goodness. Skag Rollins gets caught with the sledgehammer.
Look at the grappler's laughing now. He's cackling.
Absolutely.
That's how sick that man is. He's a sick man.
Now, he's just taking the barbed wire bat and he's trying to get it deeper into Luther's head. Luther, oh my goodness. Fans, this match is not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
But when you step inside the squared circle, you're in for a fight. This isn't playing around, Ed Moretti. This is serious business.
This is not playing around. Anybody who thinks it is a fool.
Look at Dr. Luther's face, Skag Rollins' face. That's not playing around. This is very serious. Skag Rollins now.
There's a southern exposure here in north of Portland.
Too much information on
Skag Rollins don't care right now because he's intent on beating Dr. Luther.
Now he drops a big elbow on the back of Dr. Luther.
You know, there's a lot of women that paid a lot of money to see that sight on Skag Rollins before, and they just got it for free.
Well, I'm not going to comment on that.
No, really, I'm serious.
Right now.
In fact, I paid him $5 once to see that.
I don't want to hear about it.
Anyway,
but right
let's
now
get
you
back
can
to
see
this.
Skag Rollins and the grappler. Skag Rollins going for a folding chair.
You know what, Frank Culbertson? That's a plastic chair, but as hard as these guys swing it, you might as well have it steel.
Well, only the seat is plastic, and the frame is steel, and that's what hit you. Now Skag Rollins, oh my goodness, a barbed wire baseball bat to the midsection.
To him, Frank. It stuck like it was just piercing his skin and ripping the flesh out of it. You know, that's just sick.
That's unbelievable. Now another chair being coming. It is a steel chair. Dr. Luther says we need to end this match and take home the title. But Dr. Luther now sizing up Skag Rollins. Next week, fans, don't forget #1 contenders tag team match, Moondie Moretti versus Vinny Massaro. That'll be great. And a DDT on the chair. There's a pin. There's 1, 2, almost a 3 count.
Frank, I don't know what's keeping these guys going. They both lost a lot of blood. They've been through a living hell on earth.
Absolutely.
And they're still going. That's the intestinal fortitude of these two guys.
Now, Dr. Luther, he's got the chair set up. He was going to do something with Skag Rollins, but Skag able to counter. And now Skag Rollins taking advantage. He is going up for the coal miner's glove. And if he gets it, Dr. Luther might as well say lights out.
And that's the name of the game, is to get that coal miner's glove right there.
Skag Rollins, he's climbing up. But Dr. Luther catches him from behind. Dr. Luther recovery. Now left blow after blow. Skag Rollins just pushes him away. Oh, Skag goes down through the chairs. Dr. Luther now punching away. Fans, this is nothing but a Pure 6 brawl. It is a street fight for the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship.
It's unbelievable, Frank Culbertson, because the torture and the... They just knocked the referee down. I think it was inadvertently swinging that elbow, but the referee did go down.
Dr. Luther off the chair. Oh, tremendous height, drops a knee on Skag Rollins. Referee Albert McClure is outside.
And he's going to go for that coal miner's glove. That's a smart move in my book. That's what he needs to do to secure that.
He is climbing up. He is at the first. He's just got the coal miner's glove. And you know, Ed, if he hits Skag Rollins, the championship is his.
I've hit guys with it, and I've been hit with it. And Frank Culbertson, there's no winner in that. But
well, here is Damon Scythe.
Now, what's Team Hell doing out here?
He is out here. Oh my goodness! Down goes Damon Scythe. Exile. Down goes Exile with that coal miner's glove.
It don't matter how big you are.
The grappler wanted no piece of it. Duck down, and down goes Skag Rollins. That should do it. The grappler, a chair shot right across Dr. Luther, and another one. Dr. Luther in a lot of trouble. Now the grappler has
put
the
on
glove.
The coal miner's glove, and he just hit Dr. Luther right in his wound.
That Skag Rollins being rolled over. There is no referee, though. Skag Rollins has got the pin. The grappler trying to steal the championship. He is out. He's got He's trying to get Albert McClure up, throws him in the ring. Luther is out. He is out. There's 1, 2. There is 3.
We have our result, Frank Culbertson.
The winner of the match, a new Pacific Northwest heavyweight
There's
champion.
your equalizer right there. See, the grappler's happy. He said, what did I tell you, Frank? Well, I'll tell you, there's your equalizer. That's the weapon that Skag Rollins needed to win this match.
Look at the joy on his face. He's holding the belt, but look in the ring. Damon Scythe, Exile, and Skag Rollins, all members of Team Hell, all out. The grappler celebrating.
That's the weapon. I told you at the start of this match there was weapons, and the grappler was one of them, and he proved to be the most effective weapon.
Dr. Luther not moving in the ring.
He hit him right in his wound on his head.
And that piece of steel that goes across that is not moving. When it hits you, you're going to go down.
It's made to chip coal out of the coal mines that the miners wear to knock pieces of coal off the wall.
Fans, we need to take a timeout. We will be right back with Old School Oliver John versus Scotty Mack. The winner of that match at the next TV taping will get a shot at the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight title, owned by Skag Rollins. Skag Rollins is going to need some time to recover. I know he's got 30 days, but an open contract is out there. Old School Oliver John or Scotty Mack will get their shot at the new Pacific Northwest Heavyweight champion. Here's the grappler.
I will never be denied when it comes to the Northwest Heavyweight title. It's back in my stable, Daddy.
That's the grappler.
You heard it. That's his plan all along, and it came into true. The grappler was the ultimate weapon in this match. And Frank, thanks for letting me sit out here with you, but boy, I'm exhausted just from watching this, and I can just imagine what those guys went through.
And we still have Oliver John and Scotty Mack to go. Don't go away, fans. We'll be back with that action right after this timeout.
Nether regions.
And there you have it, fans. Volume 2, Dr. Luther, is in the books right here on Portland Wrestling 2000s on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and give us a like so you don't miss a single moment of Portland Wrestling 2000s wrestling action. And in 2 weeks, we're going to introduce you to these guys, Vinny Massaro and JD Bishop, Big Ugly of the Cartel. One of the greatest tag teams in the history of Portland Wrestling. And that's saying something. That's right here on Portland Wrestling 2000's YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.